Alesha and Maria, this is going to be your last go-round at the MAC Indoor Championships. Can you talk about a little bit about what that means to you guys and what it means to the team having your senior leadership there?
Yeah, this is our last year, so I really just want to put my best self out there, and I want to be able to look back on this meet and be proud of myself and my teammates for putting our best showing out there that we can. So.
Yeah, I think we're all really excited. I mean, 4 years goes by so fast, so we really can't ask for anything except just to go out and try our hardest and just to enjoy the moment, because there's not a lot of MAC meets out there, so every opportunity you get to compete at one healthy and feeling as good as you can is a great experience.
With you guys being the seniors out there, for those on the team that maybe it's their first conference meet or their second conference meet, what kind of leadership do you guys bring to the table?
I feel like we just want to kind of show the younger girls in the team that, like, even though you may be more nervous because it is your first MAC meet, just take advantage of the opportunity, because you'll look back and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm a senior, and you'll think back to your freshman MAC meet and just think to all those valuable lessons that you learned, whether it was kind of learning how to race a championship race, because they are different than some of the regular season meets. So just, take every learning experience you can, and if you're nervous, it's okay, because nerves are good.
Being on the inside, what have you seen is the team's attitude approaching the weekend?
It's definitely a positive one. We were not ranked top 3 for indoor conference, just like we were ranked, I think, 6th for cross country. So we just kind of put the rankings behind us and just go out there and do the best that we can, and hopefully have the same kind of showing for indoor that we did for cross.
Now, Maria, you'll be running in the 3K and the 5K this weekend. So what's the preparation like when you have 2 long distance races like that back to back?
Really just approach it like any other race. I mean, I love long distance. The longer the better, and it just gives me a chance to go out there 2 times and kind of represent my team and go out and score as many points as I can. So I love the long distance, and I kind of just approach it as any other race and just enjoy myself for my last time at an indoor MAC meet.
And Alesha, you're no stranger to running the mile at the conference meet. So what's your outlook on approaching that event once again?
Well, I've never gone into indoor MACs ranked in the top 8, so it's kind of intimidating, but also really exciting at the same time, to just go out there and see what I can do.
Thanks, guys. Coach Jordy, going into the conference meet weekend, what's the team's attitude as they approach it?
Well, we've got a big mission in front of us to place as high as we can in the conference. Obviously, anytime you come to conference weekend, there's a lot of things that happen. People that were ranked really high don't always finish really high. Somebody who is not ranked at all can have the race of their life or their performance of their life, and they can get up there into the scoring positions. So really we go to the meet to compete and see who can show up on that weekend. So our overall mission is to finish as high as we can as a team.
Coach, looking at your distance squad, what are your thoughts, and who are you thinking can score and rack up some points for the Redhawks?
Yeah, it's a good question. Again, we're hoping for some big performances from some underrated athletes, but when you look at our leaders consistently this year, it's been Maria Scavuzzo. She's going to be running the 5K and the 3K. We have Carly Davis, who has had a late start to the season, and she's going to be running the 5 and the 3 as well. She was strong last year as a freshman. As a sophomore, she's fit at just the right time, and she's going to be a big player for us. And then you've got Alesha Voke. She's going to be running the mile, and she'll be one of our legs on the DMR as well. And she's been impressive all year. I think that she's ready to have her best performances of the meet. The only other one I think that I'd mention that a really strong possibility of scoring is Rachel Kochman in the 800. She's come back from a very long road of injuries with lower legs, and post-surgery she's finally back in form, and I think that she's going to be one to really look out for.
So from your experience, like you were mentioning with some of the team running in multiple events or competing in multiple events this weekend, what's the preparation like when they are competing in multiple events at the conference championship? What's the preparation there from your experience?
Well, you've got to make sure that they're able to compete one day, rest, recover, and come back the next day fit enough and recovered enough to compete again. Again, the conference meet's not about going out to get fast marks, and so we don't have rabbits, there's no pacemakers. They've just got to be in the right position. When moves are made by their competitors, they have to react. They can't think about it. If they start thinking about it, they'll think about how tired and worn out they feel. And if they just react and go compete, I think we're going to be in a good spot.
You have any final thoughts as you approach the weekend?
I'm excited to see what a lot of our young athletes can do. We've got a young team. We're going to be looking at what those teams that are are going to win. I mean, it's a long shot for us to win as a team. I think that we need to look at what those teams are doing, and we need to fill in some holes in the recruiting. But we've got some young athletes here that are going to be major players for us going forward. Our 4x4 group is really strong, and so we've got 3 girls in the 400 meter. We hope that every one of them scores. From the 800 on up, we've got the distance group covered a little bit. We need to fill in more. We need a little more depth there. But we've got some jumpers. Hannah Falcione is a sophomore, and she could definitely sneak into one of the scoring spots. And even our high jumpers. We had a couple late qualifiers in the season, and I think if they can show up and perform better than they have all year, we might get some points there, and hopefully we'll come out on top and beat a lot of teams.
Thanks, Coach. Coach Peterson, what are your thoughts, and what do you think the team's attitude is going into this weekend?
Right now, the attitude is just a blank slate. Our job as coaches need to help form that attitude and let them know what our expectations are, and that's going into the meet. We know we're ranked individually per event and with the relay teams, and to finish at that level or better, nothing less. And so I think just after 2 days of practice this week, mentally they're in the right spot. It's going to increase, just like the anxiety. Their positive attitude is going to also increase over the course of the week.
Coach, looking especially with what you handle in sprints, what are your thoughts on the 4x4 team and their chances to make an impact this weekend?
We have a very strong 4x4 group, and we haven't been tested yet this year, and so I look forward to just coming down to the 4x4 at the end of the meet. Our 1-2 punch with the last 2 legs, Emily Hooker and Olivia Bexel, are I think they would stack up well against many schools across the country, and putting them in a position to either chase down somebody or fight somebody off. I feel really comfortable as a coach, but as a part of this team, that they're going to be able to do that well.
Thanks, Coach.